Hey, this is Christine, your DIY craftaholic. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and if you are new, welcome. Now this video is a part of the Woodpeckers craft affiliate playlist. I will share a little bit more about that in the video, but I'm sharing my projects today. So without further ado, let's jump right into DIY number one. And guys, you want to make sure that you watch to the end because this video is chock full of a lot of information. So this is one of the Christmas tree from Woodpeckers Craft, and this Christmas tree skirt, I purchased this at Dollar Tree from last year. And I took a sheet of newspaper and I just traced out the tree. And then I took my heat press and I'm just removing the wrinkles. And then I just trace out and separate the pieces. And to get the center, I kind of folded the paper and then I laid them down on the skirt, tape them down with a piece of tape to anchor the paper on the center. And then I cut those out. And then I took some Waverly antique wax, watered that down and stained the board, both sides. Here I'm just laying them down just to see what it looks like. And then I took my jute cord and I'm just layering the border with the jute. And that's just to give it a little bit more pizzazz. And so the jute, the color of the jute can blend in with the tone of the wood. And then here they're all done. I took my detail scissors and I'm just trim off the little fuzzies. And then I decided, okay, I'm gonna be using some Mod Podge to hold this down. So I applied the Mod Podge, and then afterward I believe that the Mod Podge would not have been enough. So I applied some hot glue. And then went in with the heat press to like both reactivate the Mod Podge as well as to melt the glue to give it a longer lasting hold. And I did that for all the pieces. So now they're all done. Now I'm going to do trimming off the little excess. I guess because after I pressed it, it kind of stretched a little. And I also left a little bit on the ends when I was cutting it out. So I'm trimming off the excess. And then after I trimmed off the excess, I looked at it and I said, oh, the ends or the sides are a little bare. So I went in again with the jute cord and the hot glue. And here it's all done. Now that little piece at the top, I left it like that because I wanted to tie a bow. I am burning off the little fuzzies from the jute. And you have to be careful with this, guys, because it's fabric. You want to make sure you don't burn yourself or any sparks don't, get loose. So then I took the piece at the top that I had left off and just tie a little bow. And then burn off the fuzzies from that. And then I took the jute again and I'm going around the trunk of the tree. So I glued down one end and wrapped the jute around that, and that's just to cover that part of it. And then after I did that, I took this little gold star that comes in a pack from Dollar Tree and I glued that at the top. Now these little berries, gold berries, I had from a pick that I purchased at this 89-cent store. So I just applied some Mod Podge to that, separate them, and then I'm just gluing them down on the tree so it looks like ornaments. Now, in order for the tree to be freestanding, I took 2 tumbling tower blocks and 2 wooden beads and some Gorilla glue, and I'm gluing those on at either side. And then I hot glued the middle piece between the 2 beads, a lot of hot glue. And then I applied both hot glue and Gorilla glue to the top piece and then just fix that on top of it. And I tested it out to make sure it was standing, and I left that to dry. Now the Woodpeckers Crafts Affiliate Challenge is hosted by Sarah from Can Sarah DIY It and Tammy from Happiness Created, and I will let Sarah tell you a little bit more about the giveaway.
To qualify to win today's giveaway donated by woodpeckerscrafts.com, worth of awesome products, please comment on each maker's videos which items you want to craft with the most. The playlist is linked in the description box below.
Now guys, you want to make sure that you are following the instructions. Comment on all the videos on the playlist which one of the products you like to craft with, so that you will be qualified to enter for that grand prize. Now we're on to DIY number 2. Now this is a round ornament. I used one of this before in a previous DIYs. So I took that as well as this joy sign from Dollar Tree, and I painted that with some Waverly chalk paint in ink, and painted the ornament in white chalk paint. And now it's all painted and dry. I took what was remaining of the skirt, and I am just measuring out how I'm going to be placing the joy down, and also to ensure that I have the center. I took the ruler and just measured that, make a little marking in the middle and then across, just to even out and make sure I was centering it. And after I did that, now I measured out the fabric on top, line it up properly to make sure that the center was there, and then I cut that out. And then I went again with some Mod Podge like I did for the tree. I applied the Mod Podge and then I put the fabric over it, and now this has a little backing, so that helped to seal it as well. And then here I'm just taking the heat press and I pressed that down, and once it was sealed, I then took the scissors and removed the excess and used the emery board as well. And when that didn't work, I used the detail scissors to just cut that off. So if you are new to my channel or coming over from the playlist, welcome. I'm so happy you joined me today. Here on my channel, I do DIYs on a budget, dupes, look for less, and some occasional Dollar Tree shopping hauls and thrift flips. If you love budget-friendly DIYs like these and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing and be sure to hit that notification bell. Hit it again and select all so YouTube notifies you whenever I upload new videos. And before we get back to the DIY, let me also mention this right here. So guys, I'm trying to raise funds to purchase this storage / crafting / sewing unit for my craft space. I don't have a craft room, so whenever I need to craft, I use a corner in my kitchen because it has the perfect lighting for that. So I set up and pull down every time that I need to craft. I went searching and I found this unit on Amazon, and it's on my Buy Me a Coffee wish list. That link is in my description box below. So if you are able to donate towards my goal, I'd appreciate that very much. I haven't been doing a great job of promoting this because I forget every time. But my thing is, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. So there's that. Again, that link is in my description box below, and if you click on that link, it will take you to my Buy Me a Coffee account and you can make your donations there. Alright, so let's get back to DIY number 2. So after I've done that, I'm now going to be gluing down the joy sign. I used Gorilla Glue, and this would have worked better than the hot glue. Once I got that on there, I just center it. And with the Gorilla Glue or any other liquid glue, you have that flexibility. With the hot glue, once you put it down there, then it's gonna hold, and then if you have to remove it, then that's gonna be problems. So I also took this piece of burlap trim, and it had some creases, so I took the heat press and ironed that out, and then I'm just gluing that above, cover the top part of the fabric, and then glue down the other end. And here we have this. I love it. Now I got this ribbon from BB Craft last year. This is my first time using it. So what I did, I just cut 2 pieces, as you all know how I make my bows, and scrunch up the top, glue them together, and then glue that down, and then cut a piece to my desired length, glue the ends together for the bow, and then just wrap that with some jewel. Now these bells I got from my 89-cent store, and I just selected two. Use a piece of jute cord to tie them together and leave a long enough piece so I can drop them down below the bow. And this is a wreath that I got from the thrift store. I glued that on top, and I am so in love with this one. Let me know what you think about this one. Now we're on to the last DIY, which is DIY number 3. These are mini rolling pins. You guys have seen me use these quite a lot. So I painted both of them with some Waverly chalk paint in white. And then once I painted them and they dried, I applied some Mod Podge. And then I took this napkin that came from one of my napkin buddies, and I'm just using the buffalo check part of it. And as you can see, this napkin had 3 layers. And this is a Merry Christmas word that I did on my transfer paper. Cut that out. Soak them in some water, transfer them on. And if you want to see how I use this transfer paper extensively, I have other videos linked in my playlist that you can check that out. And you also see me use a lot of this gingham ribbon. I got those from BB Craft as well. So I made 2 small bows, glued those on, and our little mini pins are done. Now for the final reveal. This is our Christmas tree. I love it. Guys, let me know what you think about this. I just love it. You can like, share, and comment down below. I'd really appreciate that. And our joy sign. This is my absolute favorite. Don't forget the playlist in the description box below, as well as Tammy's channel, Sarah's channel, and my link for my wish list, my buy me a coffee link. And if you like what you see here today, I would really appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel. It's free. And I suggest this video right here or this playlist. And stay safe until next time. Bye.